I'm Bo Maddox.
I'm Robert Ortegon.
I'm Ashley Chancellor.
This is Collateral Cinema. Welcome to Collateral Cinema, the only movie podcast that matters, where we focus on good movies, bad movies, and everything else in between in the world of cinema. We're podcasting straight from San Antonio, Texas, and yes, my friends, we are a 420-friendly podcast. So whatever you have, be it dabs, be it blunts, be it bongs, be it joints, smoke it if you got it. And welcome to a special indie film mega review. Now, what we're doing on this episode is we are going to... It's probably going to be a two-part thing that we're going to do. We're probably going to release another episode next weekend. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get to all of the movies that people have sent us. I mean, they sent us a lot. But FirstGlance Film Festival, they reached out to us, and they had us draft an email, and they sent it out to the filmmakers that happened to be their selections in their film festival, and they asked us to review them. So... we got at least 8 or 9 movies.
That's
here.
More than what we had last year, too, right?
I know, yeah.
Like they're stacking up in the indie reviews, like pretty.
Yeah. I mean, we still have filmmakers actually throwing us links to their movies and everything.
That's an honor when you look at it, you know?
It really is, and we thank each and every one of these filmmakers for sending their movies to us, and we had a lot of fun watching these, right?
Oh, yeah. Great time, always.
Yeah, what do you think, Dakota?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Once again, Dakota's not here for various reasons.
Scheduling issues.
Scheduling issues.
We'll just say that to be professional, right?
Yeah, scheduling issues. Great job, Dakota. Great job. But anyway, we are first going to focus on the short movies that were sent to us. We had quite a few shorts. Like, the longest one is probably about 28 minutes long.
Yeah.
Shortest one being about 6 minutes long.
Yeah.
And we have at least 4 of them here. And I guess we're going to go ahead and get started with probably the most abstract movie out of the list. And that is a movie called Eyes Open. It was very, very interesting to me. Very, very compact story. Right, Robert?
Which one was that again?
It was the horror movie one, the Eyes Open.
In the forest at the...
In the forest with the dog.
I don't think I watched that one.
And the lady, like...
you didn't watch that one?
Tripping balls or something.
I only watched the 3 with you, sorry.
I thought that we did watch one of those.
I really don't remember, dude. I'm getting old, sorry.
Let's go ahead and start with something else then. Service Animal. How about that?
Service Animal. The director, Star, reached out to us, all right?
Yeah, she did. Wendy Pennington. She hit us up, and it's actually like not a very long short. It's almost more like a comedy sketch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost like the British version of The Office, right? Almost.
I actually think that it wouldn't be out of place on Tim and Eric Awesome Show, to tell the truth. It has that kind of vibe to it.
It seems like a skit for Comedy Central or the Adult Swim, for sure.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Am I mistaken, or was this kind of like a critique on the way that like people abuse the service animal system?
It's very much about that. I mean,
okay.
We're not going to get into specifics. I mean, we're still going to try to be mostly spoiler-free here.
Okay.
But, I mean, it's an interesting premise where you take the ridiculousness of the types of service animals that people have been, trying to pass off as service animals and taking it to its logical conclusion. Well, I mean, that's the best we'll say. I mean, and I'm sure that our listeners would probably be able to infer what that is. But the way that it's actually presented is rather interesting. Right, Robert?
Yeah. Almost like Wilfred.
Yeah.
With the Elijah Wood and his dog. You see that, dude? That's hilarious.
Yeah. And I really liked the characters in this one. I liked Wendy Pennington's character. Was very, very engaging.
Yeah, she was fun.
Yeah. As were the other people in line. I mean, like near the end, there's a couple of other people who have some lines, and it's pretty funny. I liked it.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was the first one that I watched, was Service Animal, actually.
Yeah.
And it kind of set the tone for these because it was very lighthearted. And, you know, a couple of these aren't.
We probably
So-
should have been watching them all together. I mean,
We really should.
we probably should have. You know,
Dakota and I watched some of these together.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Dakota.
Yes.
Couldn't
His
be here.
presence is no longer here right now.
Maybe he'll be in Collateral Gaming. Who knows?
Yeah, we're gonna have to fire him from the
If he
podcast.
decides to show up to his own show, then
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, what do you guys ultimately think about Service Animal? I mean, it's a very short video. I mean, there's not too much to really say about it. I kind of feel, you know.
I think everything that it is it's kind of presented in the short itself. It's kind of, you know, like you said, there's not a lot to say. You just kind of have to watch it, and it's compact enough that really everything is there.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, it wouldn't be out of place in a sketch comedy show, and it was still very funny though.
Yeah.
Like I really like how she has that blue USB microphone right there. It's like that's actually a pretty common podcasting microphone right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like that was kind of funny to me because I mean I'm pretty sure that the microphone systems that are used at airports are a little more sophisticated than that. But that was a nice touch. I really liked that. And of course, I mean, we will go ahead and refer to the character Mustache.
Mustache.
Yeah.
Best character.
Mustachio.
Best character ever, man. Fucking Mustache. Mustache, you are the best.
I thought the acting was done pretty well.
Oh yeah, it was well acted. I mean, especially delivering the actual punchline of the sketch itself. You know, I mean, it's very much driven by the characters.
It looked like an improv class, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wondering how much of that was improvised, how much of that was scripted.
Yeah, I wonder.
Just write out a scenario and then you throw out an improv, right? I guess.
Yeah, I'd like to think that quite a bit of it was scripted, but I mean, there were some points that probably could have been brought up on the spot.
Just like they wrote down a scenario and then you improv the whole thing, right? What do you think?
Yeah, and the humor itself, when the dialogue, I mean, it's pretty.
Something Steve Carell would have done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it has that Steve Carell vibe. And like I said, kind of almost a Tim and Eric vibe to it. It's maybe a few wonky graphics and maybe some shittier cinematography away from being the Tim and Eric sketch.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, I
guys.
love that.
Uh-oh.
Dude. We need to watch more of that. Yeah.
Wait a second. What's my next line? Hold on. Okay. Sorry, I was just reading our script.
Oh yeah, we this is all scripted. Every
It's all
single word.
scripted.
Yep.
Every single word of
I'll
it.
write it down.
Overall, yeah, definitely check out Service Animal. You can find it on YouTube. I think it's actually free to watch. Like, I mean, I don't think she actually.
Yeah, it was on YouTube.
Yeah, it's not private or anything. so-
Unlike some of the other ones where we
Yeah.
had to go to Vimeo and we had to
Yeah,
enter the
they,
password.
they were
Password,
private
yeah.
screener links, you know, so they're not readily available, most of them. But this one you can watch on YouTube. We'll include the links to whichever ones are on YouTube and also trailers where appropriate.
Just click on the links and then you can watch them.
Yeah, we're going to put it out on the show notes, or Ash will.
Ash, you're
Right.
good. You're very good at that.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah,
Put
Ash,
me on the
you're,
spot.
you're really, really good at that, man. You do well.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
The official web publisher for Collateral Cinema movie podcast and Collateral Gaming.
This guy
video
works
game
hard. Okay.
podcast.
He
Give him-
works hard,
Give him
man.
some credit for this. Shit.
Almost as hard as Miss Pennington did on her.
Oh yeah,
stuff,
no, I'm
yeah.
definitely. I will say there was quite a bit of work put into this.
Yeah, and apparently it's award winning. I mean, I didn't really see what awards it picked up, but it's obviously a selection at first glance. So
She had mentioned it on YouTube. I was reading through the comments, but
Yeah.
I can't pull it up because my phone's dead.
oh, whoops!
Shit. Damn it.
Oh my God, this fucking podcast.
Just check the comments.
Yeah, just check the comments on the YouTube channel. You'll see what kind of awards she won.
For once, we'll recommend going into the comments. Usually, we say avoid YouTube comments because they will reduce your brain cells.
Oh, they're terrible. they're fucking awful.
It's almost as bad as watching a Fox News.
Which Bo does all the time. Right?
Oh God.
Fuck dudes.
Oh, I don't even want
He
to
thinks
get
he's
into
getting,
that.
He thinks he's getting smarter. That's funny.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but definitely check out Service Animal. Very, very good little sketch.
Good little short. Yeah.
Now, on to the next movie. We're going to check out White Christmas. This is a short that was made by the guy who, back in the day, directed Revenge of the Nerds, actually.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Man,
The
this
first-
one fucked me up.
Yeah, that ending is pretty stark, to say the least, if not straight up haunting.
Yeah, it's,
I
you know,
can
like-
relate to some of that, really. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely relatable when it comes to the subject of addiction. I mean, it doesn't sugarcoat it at all.
Addiction
And-
is a bad mother. Yeah.
Yeah.
without spoiling it, I mean, just how bleak it gets really connected to me as a parent. If you guys can catch my drift there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially near the end, but
Yeah.
also even with the main characters themselves. I mean, you know, they're later on in life, of course, like the girl is 25 years old, and I'm sure that the guy is around her age, but, you know, they go to her parents' house for a Christmas party. And, you know, apparently these are very rich, hoity-toity type, upper class, like way upper middle class people here.
Area code 90210.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely, I mean, in some ways it's kind of first world problems a little bit, you know, but
Trust funded, neglection. I don't know.
yeah, I mean, yeah, trust fund, like literally.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not sugarcoating it.
No, not at all. But this movie had an atmosphere to it that I thought was,
Sort of relatable to the hills area that we live in.
yeah, it's definitely relatable to a lot of
And
the,
Just being in high school, mostly like college, just
yeah.
and kind of discovering who you are, mostly.
And did anyone else feel that the atmosphere was unsettling, especially, you know, as it comes towards the end and you kind of can guess what's about to happen? And it just, yeah, it really unsettled me. Kind of, yeah.
Well, yeah, man.
But I got to say, this one, out of the four in this list, I got to say this one is probably the best acted, in my opinion.
How he consumed just so he could still love her. I mean, I think we all do that. I fell for that crap too, man.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. I mean, especially the characters, despite their setbacks, you know, really are sympathetic.
I mean, literally, that happened to me. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, so see, yeah, you can personally relate to it, Robert.
I can relate to that.
I know, but yeah, I think, and then I think in a way we all can, coming from, you know,
And then
Meth Hills, Texas.
when I did that, I totally lost who I was, you know, and it wasn't the same.
And that's what she says, you know, you'll never be the same.
And she said that.
You know, they say, you know, meth not even once,
Dude,
and
I lost
they're
who I
not
was.
joking.
I lost who I was. I forgot who I was. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say, if I was ever considering doing meth at any time in my life, I'm definitely not going to now.
No.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, this is very much a cautionary tale in many ways.
Yeah,
It's pretty much like a soap drama, like Desperate Housewives or the reboot of 90210, you know?
Yeah, just with a more tragic ending.
Just stick to weed, guys.
Just privileged kids with money and spending their trust fund on whatever junk they could find. You know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But you know, boys and girls, you know, stick to weed, marijuana.
Stick to that because you'll never lose yourself. I mean,
That's what I do, dude.
you'll
I mean,
be more creative.
Oh, way more creative. Yeah.
I tried coke like once, like twice, and you know, it wasn't for me. So yeah, just stick to weed.
Yeah.
And definitely meth, not even once.
guys like us, we don't need real drugs. Okay? We don't need that.
We are a drug, Robert.
That's-
People,
that's
they're
the thing.
addicted.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's why we don't need real drugs because we know we're fucked
Now,
up. We know we're fucked up already. You know.
Robert, what do you think about the actual cinematography in this short?
The cinematography in White Christmas laid out to like scenarios that mostly been overdone in just regular television alone. You know, like sort of a Desperate Housewives scenario or a reboot of 90210.
So you're kind of saying that it has more of a TV vibe to it,
It's
or
more of a television vibe when I think of it. Yeah.
Interesting. So do you think that this premise, like these characters, could probably work better within a TV framework, or?
No, you're right about that because the girlfriend in White Christmas, yeah, definitely a freaking
Yeah.
TV soap, just a scenario of drugs and
Yeah, I mean, I thought that the actual story was kind of, what's the word? I don't know what to say about this movie.
It's kind of relatable. I don't know if you were ever got into that or somebody you've ever been with got you into that. You know,
maybe that's why I don't have a whole lot to say about it, because I mean I've never gotten into any of that. So,
Robert, you have.
It was kind of like I was tricked. You know, I mean I wouldn't wish that upon anybody else.
Oh no,
it was my choice. It was my choice too. You know, and I saw it for what it was, and I overcame it. Thank God.
Wow, no kidding.
Yeah, Robert, there's a lot this episode for you to relate to. I mean, not only that, but, you know, as an aspiring indie filmmaker, you know, director, writer of Killing Night,
and soon to be Paranoid. We start shooting that in like a week or two.
But isn't it interesting from your perspective to look at these movies and kind of see what other people have produced?
Yeah. I mean, I can relate to a lot of it. A lot of it's like life scenarios that we've seen over and over again, mostly.
Yeah. I was, like I said before, I was impressed with the production quality of White Christmas.
Yeah, it was actually really good, and it was just filmed in an apartment, just one room, just a set. We can build ourselves, right? Yeah.
I mean, it's a downer compared to, you know, a couple of the other ones. You know, this one's a lot more dark, but yeah, I noticed, you know, I had watched, you know, a couple at this point, and this one really kicked it up a notch for me.
This one sort of grabbed you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you love somebody with an addiction and they can't overcome it, but you'll do anything for them, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a choice to make for somebody, really. I mean,
I felt that, you know? Someone that you love that is continually making bad choices, and
they're not gonna stop.
But you know, you keep putting yourself out there.
Like,
I feel that. I've been there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was there too.
And in the end, a lot of times, you know, you get dragged down with it. You know, like the protagonist in this story.
But in the end, they didn't give a shit about you. They just cared about the drugs, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's really what it boils down to, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It always comes down to that.
Yeah. I mean, addiction really is, you know, an affliction on everyone involved.
Yeah. Well, all right, what do y'all think about White Christmas?
Pretty damn good for short.
Yeah, I thought it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. If this was made into either a TV series or maybe a feature length, I could probably sit down and watch it.
Yeah, see, I think there's a lot of backstory that we missed, really. Just
it starts in media res, you know?
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's why I'm kind of struggling to say anything about this a little bit, is because there's just so much backstory that it seems like it needs to be kind of filled there.
Think so?
Yeah. In many ways, it almost feels like more of a proof of concept. Sort of, right?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. Just seeing which way you were going in that direction. You know?
Yeah.
A lot of indie films do feel that way, you know, proof of concept. Like this is where this director or writer can go, you know, and given the proper budget or the proper, you know, production quality, really where they could go. You know what I mean?
How far they could take that too.
How far they could, exactly.
With the drugs.
That
they were doing. I mean, we know what they were doing.
You think they were really doing meth? You think they were actually smoking it?
Oh, of course not. Come on now. I'm pretty sure they have prop drugs for that sort of thing.
But to act like, I mean, they look like they were really smoking it. I mean, that looked real because I've seen that.
I think they've had experience with it.
And yeah, I'm not too bad of an actor, but I could act like that. Like an addict.
Oh yeah, I mean, I thought that the acting was pretty on par. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, I think this one, out of the shorts that we watched, this one's got to be the most well acted, in my opinion. The deliveries were on. None of them felt off, or you know.
Yeah, because I watched a lot of Breaking Bad, and then you know we see Aaron Paul do that shit all the fucking time when he plays the druggie, you know.
Yeah.
And he's doping up, and it's real. It looks real. Like,
yep.
Jesus.
Well, anyway, yeah, definitely check out White Christmas. It's directed by, I looked up the name of the director. It kind of slipped my mind earlier. It's Jeff Kanew.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah, and he was the guy who wrote, and I don't think he wrote, he probably directed Revenge of the Nerds.
The first one,
Yeah,
right?
the very first one.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, the one that's typically seen as kind of classic.
Wow, and he did this short and pretty damn good. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that we can definitely say White Christmas is worth a viewing.
And
Definitely.
Revenge of the Nerds was 1980s, right? I mean,
Yeah.
went all the way back. And
Well, anyway, our next movie, it's actually one of the longest shorts that we have in this particular episode, like other than White Christmas, and it's an action movie,
Yeah.
and it's called Ramel Carter.
It was so much fun, dude. I
It
mean,
really was.
I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the acting, it's a little cheesy. The story writing was, I gotta admit, a little subpar. But I think that's kind of the vibes that you're going for with the action movie, anyway.
Well-
and it's just so much fun, and the fight scenes were good. I mean, I really feel like Dakota and I wish Dakota were here because he and I were like, we were like going all like nerding out on this because it looks like the actors actually know some kind of mixed martial arts. Like, I wonder if the director, Louie P, if he just was like a guy that knows mixed martial arts and he's like, I want to make a movie now.
I was actually very impressed with the fight choreography in
Yeah.
this short.
it was done pretty well.
It was done very well. And the pacing was actually really on point as well. It kind of went it's a movie that really kind of went from point A to point B very easily within its time frame and did it well.
I think it did exactly what it was trying to do because it kind of does have that, generic action movie feel. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
No.
You
it's very hard to choreograph fight scenes, bro.
And the fight scenes were
Especially
really well done.
when you do it like with in separate shots and then stick it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a really interesting location for the final fight scenes. It looked like it was literally a dance studio.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Which is kind of awesome. Like the way that they actually lit it up. I mean, the lighting in this movie was. I like to think that in the last fight scene is kind of reminiscent of Only God Forgives, right? With some of the neon lighting.
No, you're right. That was like the ending of Only God Forgives with Ryan Gosling, right?
Yeah, and the shaky cam parts to me felt a lot like Taken, kind of.
Liam Neeson's Taken, dude. Yes.
Yeah. All in all, it's kind of reminiscent of action movies from the late 2000s, early 2010s, right?
I know what you mean when they try to bring Liam Neeson back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a whole nother thing.
And the one-liners,
Yeah, definitely the one-liners.
And you know what I like too, interestingly enough, is did you guys notice the plot inconsistencies? Like the guy that gets shot in the leg only to show up towards the end completely unharmed.
Oh, that's right.
Walking normal. The white guy with the blade?
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
It felt like the whole time. It felt like we were watching the Jason Bourne series. Like,
Yeah. It
Oh
had
my
a little.
God, it's Jason Bourne.
It's Jason Bourne.
It definitely had a Jason Bourne
And
quality
then
to it.
I'm thinking Jeremy Renner from the Bourne Legacy. And
there
then,
you go.
And then I'm thinking the TV show they got, the Treadstone, out now, right? You know what I mean?
You think that it's kind of similar to that?
It reminds me of that, really. A
Wow,
lot
right
to
on.
do with all that. But more than anything, the Bourne Legacy with Jeremy Renner.
Yeah. I think that the movie was pretty consistent overall with its tone, with the actual pacing of the plot and everything. My really, really minor gripes with it is, for one, I kind of feel like the dialogue itself could have been mixed a little bit better. A lot of it sounded too roomy to me in many ways. Like it sounded like there's some places where ADR could probably have been.
Yeah, I know what you mean,
utilized.
because you're a professional at that. I mean,
Yeah.
you went to school for that. And
Yeah, I mean, the Foley and the music are mixed well, but the mixing on the dialogue could have been a little bit better. And there's just a couple of edits that I thought was a little wonky. But other than that, this is a really fun movie. It's out on YouTube. We definitely recommend people watch this movie.
Check it out. You won't be disappointed.
You will not be
In
disappointed
fact,
at
you
all.
will have fun watching it.
Best half hour you'll spend this week.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, and it's a very, very brisk half hour.
Reminds me of a freaking Out of Time. Denzel Washington. He's got to get more time, right?
Exactly.
Denzel running around just like being a badass, like.
Yeah, it definitely has that Denzel quality to it, right?
And the main character was a badass.
Yeah.
Ramel Carter. I was,
He was.
I was like, where did this guy learn, these skills? And, one part of me was like, why do all these guys know mixed martial arts?
Because they're like agents.
Well,
Right? I don't know.
well, what it is I think he's more of like some type of bodyguard for hire because, I mean, as far as I can determine from the plot, it had to do with some vague connection to some types of experiments that some doctor was kind of
That's Jason Moore.
utilizing. Yeah. I'm not really sure. I don't know, but
And his wife was hot.
Oh,
Yeah.
his wife was very hot.
yeah, his wife was very cute.
She's cute.
Yeah. I mean, I thought the acting was pretty on point.
Wasn't too bad. But like
Yeah.
you said with the ADR, could have been a little bit better. And I know you could have done a lot better too with that.
I mean, like I said, it was cheesy, but I think that's what they were going for.
They were definitely going for it. It's very much an homage.
Yeah, very self-aware. And,
Taken. You're going to be taken.
I had a lot of fun with
They're
this.
gonna
Dakota and
find
I
you.
both.
Yeah.
We had so much fun just watching this. Like, we were just grinning, we were like, the whole time because
dude,
it just was a badass.
What is he going to do next? Dude, this dude's
Yeah.
like
It's-
doing roundhouses and shit.
It's definitely a pop open a beer and hang out with your buddy kind of flick. And if it
And-
was a feature length, I mean,
and that's what we did. Yeah.
yeah, that's definitely what we did. And if it was feature length, man, it would have been even more fun, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And I don't know, did it kind of lead the way for a part 2? It seemed like, that cliffhanger.
It cliffhang, dude. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
what's
definitely.
going to happen
With that
after
twist
this? I
at
want
the
to
end,
see another one.
Yeah.
Is there another short? Look,
And that's another thing. There is a twist in this movie, and it actually kind of comes out of nowhere. It took.
I saw it coming, but maybe I've just watched too much of these.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's nonetheless even seeing it coming, it was done well.
Yeah, but it goes back to that whole homage thing. It's like, I mean, those types of twists were pretty peculiar to that particular genre at that particular time.
Oh, and I see what you mean about Taken because his response at the end is straight up, almost basically Liam Neeson saying, "I will find you and I will kill
find
you."
Straight up.
We'll fight you.
So yeah, we definitely had fun with Ramel Carter. This is another movie that you can actually view on Facebook without any passwords. It's not private or
On
anything.
YouTube?
It's on YouTube.
He said Facebook.
Oh my god,
It's
I'm
all right.
so fucking out of it right
That's
now.
all right. We've had technical difficulties and trying to get this episode out.
Yeah,
now,
this-
and trying to get it all together, which you got to bear with us, guys.
Yeah, for some reason this episode is kind of fighting us a little bit.
Yeah.
It almost is, We lost Dakota and then we had that technical difficulty, but we're pushing through.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Robert's into it.
I think I'm talking now more than ever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely more than ever. This is the first episode where I haven't had a whole lot to say. Honestly, I mean, I don't know why, but some of these shorts I kind of struggle to really.
Dude, it's not you. It was just the day we're having.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
we've had a hell of a day today.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. We're recording right now. It's like 3:00 in the morning.
Oh my god! If I seem a little wonky, that's why. So
We're all good. We're all
all-
good. We're having fun, guys.
It's all fun. I mean, that's why we do this. Everybody's.
yeah,
I hope
definitely.
you guys are here to support us too.
Well, we have one more short to talk about, and it's the short called "Eyes Open."
Yeah, that one tripped me out. I don't know what the fuck was going on. I gotta say, like, I stepped back, I tried to think about it. It was kind of like when we watched The Shining last episode, and I was kind of like, what is that supposed to mean? Is this a metaphor for something? Is there allegory going on? Because, is there hallucinations? Is there drugs involved? I don't know. Maybe you could shine some light on this, Bo.
It seems to me that this is very much a situational kind of horror because, I mean, we're put in this girl's position pretty much, and it's just her and this dog, and she's in this forest. I mean, we know very little about what's going on, but as the story progresses, which is only like 6 minutes, I mean, honestly, it could be anything. It could be a supernatural thing. It could just be her mind playing tricks on her.
I think it is. I think it is the mind playing tricks, but I don't know.
For all we know, it could be like a dying dream that happened near the end.
And eyes,
You know?
Bo. Eyes.
So what
And
happened?
eyes.
So
Lots of eyes.
What happened, guys? Because I don't think I didn't watch this.
We can't spoil it, though.
Actually, the filmmaker behind this one said, yeah, you can talk about spoilers if you want.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, what happens is she's in a forest. She sees a husky, a dog. She chases after it. And then the dog starts looking like it is going to attack her.
Like Freddy
Right?
Krueger or some shit.
And there's a little bit of anxiety there, but the dog doesn't end up attacking her. The dog runs the other way. And then she's concerned that the dog may have jumped off a cliff or something like that. So she goes up there trying to find this dog, and she ends up tripping, falling and rolling down a hill.
Some far from home shit. Far
Yeah.
away from home.
She sees-
Homeward bound. What the hell, dude?
She starts, and that's where it gets really weird because she sees like eyeballs on a tree.
Oh yeah, the eyeballs on the tree. It's like the eyeballs have to be a metaphor for something, because eyes are of course the short's called Eyes Open. I mean, the eye motif is there like all the way throughout.
When I say eyeballs, like gouged out human eyeballs with like the little stem attached.
There's at least like a couple of pair of eyeballs attached to that tree, right?
Yeah. And then her eyes start bleeding, almost like her eyes are gouged out for a second.
This motherfucker. Oh yeah.
With eyes wide open.
Hey, Robert, great job to derail this review. Great job.
With a Creed song? Sorry.
With a Creed song, of all things.
I got mistaken for the lead singer of Creed one time.
Once again, I am too tired for this shit.
I got mistaken for Post Malone.
I got mistaken for Chris Angel one time. And
Oh, yeah?
I'm not Chris Angel.
Mind
but
freak.
I can see where they're talking about.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, this lady, she ends up tripping, rolling down a hill, busting her head up, and she gets impaled on a branch that's sticking out.
This is after she calls 911.
That's right. She calls 911, and she's just like, she's been, she starts bleeding. She starts having wounds just appearing on her, like something's attacking her, but she cannot see what it is.
Like her eyes are gouged out and then they're not, and then she suddenly has these wounds on her abdomen, and then she calls them, and then she's careful to mention, she says it like it's really important, be careful and don't give me anything that will put me to sleep. Make sure the medics know, don't put me anything that will put me to sleep.
Sounds like Sandra Bullock's Bird Box, right?
Bird Box a little bit.
Yeah.
It was very
not really.
unsettling the whole time, and
It was like a zombie World War Z thing, right? Yeah.
watching this right after I watched White Christmas, I definitely, it was very unsettling. It was very disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I just, the whole time I'm just,
I mean, the very final shot, you think that she's dead, and then her eyes start to go completely opaque, and then she kind of comes alive for a little bit.
yeah, I'm not sure what was going on there.
Like I said, I think that maybe it was all a dying dream, and she had already been injured and everything, and like that was just her mind dealing with it.
Okay.
I mean, if you take it, I mean, I know that's kind of a cliched reading to give to movies like this, but I don't know. I think the underlying motifs are kind of straightforward like that.
Okay.
I would like to kind of figure out what the eye motif actually is here. What is a metaphor for? I mean,
Eyes open. I mean, it's definitely important.
definitely.
She's smoking a joint right before, at the beginning of this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So, I don't know. It was interesting.
It was. It really was.
I really wasn't sure what to think. I mean, I was at a loss. I was like, and it's very short. It's like 5 or 6 minutes. So, I mean, really that's what there is to it, what we've said. And even it being spoiled, I mean, you still have to like see this to believe it. And you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I need to watch it because I haven't watched it like you guys did. All right.
Yeah, you need to see it. It's 6 minutes long. It's a breeze to get through.
We should have watched all this together, guys. I mean, we need to watch these features together too. The next one.
Yeah, we definitely
We
do.
probably do, just so we can collaborate like we always do.
Yeah, we've had a hectic week so far, so
We all got different job schedules, and we're fortunate to be here at the same time, whether it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. Well, anyway, it's actually closer to 3 in the morning, so we're going to go ahead and wind it down. That's all of the shorts that we went through. We are going to do a part 2 for this episode. Hopefully, you'll be a little better.
So, we're going to do a part 2, and then we're going to do the buttercream gang, right?
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, we're going to do a part 2, and that's going to mainly be full-length features. Like, we have at least a few of them. We have the documentary I Used to Be Normal, which is about girls who are fans of boy bands and how that has affected their lives and whatnot. We have Black Betty, which is actually more of a full season of a web series. Actually,
I'm in the middle of watching that one.
It's supposed to be like the first 10 episodes or something like that.
Yeah, and I saw I Used to Be Normal.
Yeah, right
as
on.
well.
Yeah.
That was interesting. And then I haven't seen the last one yet, which was
the last one is Right Before Your Eyes, which
Right
is
Before Your Eyes.
supposed to be a redemption story about an alcoholic, or something like that. That's what I could surmise from the plot summary.
Okay.
I haven't actually sat down and watched that one yet, so
I'll tell you what, I've enjoying Black Betty.
yeah, I need to sit down and go ahead and watch that. Yeah, my sentiments exactly. It's like, damn.
Dude, we have a documentary too on Maserati too.
We got another review request. It's from the same company that did the I Used to Be Normal documentary, and it's about the rise of the Maserati car company.
My Maserati.
It's like, and that'll be very, very interesting. I mean, I like that we're getting documentaries now.
So we're gonna, actually, we can put documentaries on IMDb and still be a credit for that.
Definitely.
Like, it don't matter. Even Amazon Prime will sell documentaries.
What's next? March the Penguins. Yeah, I never got into that. I don't know why
March the
everybody
Penguins.
was like so like blown away by it. It honestly bored me, dude.
See,
it was just
Morgan
penguins.
Freeman's voice is so soothing to me, bro.
You're right there.
March of the
Yeah.
Penguins? Bro, I fell in love with it, dude. I don't know.
Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up. This was meant to be a very short episode.
You're meant to be a short episode.
Oh, my God. I'm not in the mood for this.
It's all right.
We're going to put all the requisite social media links and everything, Instagram and Facebook, for everybody who sent us their work.
I
Who
am.
reached out to us.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you so
that's
much.
right, Ash.
Thank you
Ash
so
is.
much, guys, for reaching out to us.
Yes, each and every one of the filmmakers. Yes, thank you, First Glance, for giving us this opportunity, and we will definitely be back with more independent movie reviews. Hopefully, it'll be a better episode than this.
Send us more indie reviews, guys. I hope if you're listening, actors of San Antonio, hope you're watching.
Not just actors of San Antonio,
Not just the actors.
actors on the internet in general.
Filmmakers.
If you know who we are and you listen to us on a daily basis, I mean, we do need our fans.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
So-
indie game developers, go send your requests to Collateral Gaming Video Game Podcast.
We do love you guys.
Yeah, definitely. We love each and every one of the independent movie filmmakers that we've done.
You know what?
Oh, God,
I have more fun off the indie reviews, really.
Yeah.
So
Well, anyway, you can find Collateral Cinema on Apple Podcasts. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Show Lover Radio. And you can also find us on iHeartRadio and wherever else you get your podcasts. You can find us on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And we are on Twitter. So check us out there. And we also have a Tumblr as well. But less said about that, the better, honestly.
We have a WordPress too.
We have a WordPress. who uses WordPress anymore?
I don't know, nerds.
Well, anyway, we're wrapping it up right here. I'm Bo Maddox.
I'm Robert Oregon.
I got nothing. I'm Ashley Chancellor.
Oh, Jesus
Your
Christ.
Chancellor, Ashley.
Chancellor Ashley.
And we are out. Stay tuned for part 2 of our First Glance indie movie reviews, and stay tuned for the Buttercream Gang. That's going to be our next numbered episode.
Buttercreaming!
Watch the Cinema Snob episode before you watch the Buttercream Gang.
Definitely.
And you can find both of those on YouTube.
Definitely. All right, everybody. We are out.
Out.
There is absolutely no doubt of your power to destroy.
You're a very, very sick man.
I saw it. There is absolutely no doubt.
What do you think of this?
I saw it. I saw it. There is absolutely no doubt.
Are you ready to accept my domination?
Collateral Cinema is an L Company production. All music and movie clips are owned by the respective creators and are used for educational purposes only. Please don't sue us. We're poor.